Welcome back to Snackcast, folks.
Here we are again.
Here we are again. Gateway Drugs, Volume 49, 18.123.
Yeah, see your doctor. Don't take our advice. Blah, 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 blah.
Bingo. Right. Disclaimer. So what are we on today?
Today is one that's, we're going to kind of commingle these. And for those that suffer from these, don't shoot me. Because they are similar but different. These are your anxiety and depression drugs. And obviously different symptoms, but kind of used in a very similar fashion, right? That's the link is, anxiety is I can't get out and do these things. I cannot function because of something that's pending, or I believe something that's pending. And depression is really the exact opposite. Because I probably can't go out and do some of these things, I'm feeling the symptoms of these depressions.
Right. And this is a sensitive one. I mean,
it is very sensitive.
Multiple family members I've argued with about it. And
we've heard it, right? We've seen it from our Facebook groups, and we've seen it. So I just can't get out and do. It literally is overwhelming for me to go outside of the house. And I am extremely sympathetic. I could not imagine that. Is it
agoraphobia? The fear of leaving the house or going outside?
Right. Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting because we scheduled an interview. She applied for the job and we scheduled an interview, and apparently it was very difficult for her to make it. And
probably make it on time, right? And you start to go, why can't you just be on time?
Yeah.
So it is a very troubling industry. 40 million Americans suffer from anxiety disorders, right? And then in the antidepressant arena, $6 billion in revenue in 2019 from antidepressants.
Cool.
Expected to reach a world market of $18 billion by 2027. So one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing area of pharmaceuticals is in the anxiety and antidepressant industries.
Well, if you watch the news, you probably are anxious anyway. So
right,
all they sow is division and worry and hate.
Yeah, your anxieties are your Valiums, your Xanax, Ativans, Klonopin, your antidepressants are in your Zolofts and what was the other one? It starts with a P. Not thinking right now. But yeah, huge industry.
And that should generally be a red flag right off the get-go, right? When Big Pharma's raking in that kind of cash,
okay, so let's bring it out there. It's a symptom of a lot of stuff, right? I mean, you could go to the antidepressant industry and you could say, all right, probably two parent homes, good home. I mean, there's some basic formations of households,
healthy
relationships, exercise, diet, not living on social media,
fulfillment in work, sense of purpose,
right? Sense of accomplishment, right? We talked just yesterday during one of these and talked about how just literally getting outdoors is healthy for you. Waking up when the sun rises, go to bed, start winding down when the sun goes down. So there's a ton of natural things that you can do. Anti-anxiety, right? I remember when my father passed away, my mom called me up and she said, she had to go see her doctor for something. It wasn't even related to anxiety. And guess what? The doctor's like, oh, I'm sorry, your husband passed away. By the way, here's 60 days of Xanax. And it just kind of floored her that it was like, all right, I've got to go through this process.
Yeah.
There's no sidestepping this process, right? And, people have anxiety issues when they get up and speak. People have anxiety issues. Some of these, please don't shoot me. I'm not sugarcoating it. Just just shut up and go do. For some people, it's so clinical that they can't.
Right.
They physically can't do it. And like you said, you've had arguments about it before. But not getting to the underlying solution and just literally taking a drug to fix this problem when it's not supposed to be for long-term use. Again,
right.
All of the labels say do not take these for long-term use. And some of these are extremely horrible if you stop them all of a sudden, especially in the antidepressant area. If you stop taking an antidepressant after long-term use, there's suicidal thoughts. There's you just can't go cold turkey on antidepressants.
Yeah.
So here are some of the long-term side effects. People that suffer side effects from long-term use, sexual problems, 72% of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Suppressed appetite, I imagine.
Weight gain, 65% of them suffer weight gain issues.
No, I didn't mean suppressed eat appetite. I meant sexual appetite.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Weight gain, people that say they have side effects from long-term use, 65% of them say weight gain. So let's put that in perspective. The very same drugs, right? The very same drugs that you are using to help you feel better and look better and feel better about yourself and feel better about the world
causes side effects.
Side effects that causes you more depression.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Suicidal thoughts, 36% of them.
That high.
And then obviously sleep issues that we've talked about before. So what can you do about it? This is unbelievable. There was a Duke study that said cardio exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes at a time had the same exact response as, guess what? Antidepressants. So there's something to just go out and do.
Yeah.
Even when you don't feel like doing.
Well, I think it was, don't quote me on the source, I think it was University of Chicago or something, but they did a study that vitamin D, which we've talked about relentlessly, has therapeutic, almost pharmacological effects on depression. Again, get outside, get the sun.
Right. It's in our DNA. It's what our ancestors did. Get outside, work in the dirt, get iron in your blood, right? We used to talk about walking on the ground in bare feet. What do we call that? I don't remember. Yeah. But something about the grounding, energy of the earth on your feet and your body that's absolutely good for you. Watching weather and being in awe of the world that we live in, right? So it leads into another one that was extremely positive, very similar to the pharmacological effects, was meditation and prayer. Right? And they dial it, and one of the most effective meditations was a meditation that really refers to you staying in the moment. And there's a...
we did a snack cast on the different types of
meditation and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, even in the Bible, right? Do not fear, 365 different times, one for each day, right? Jesus says, I am, right? And he was being more than just I am the omni. He's being, I am in the moment. I am living for this moment right now. People suffering from anxiety, where's their brain?
It's forecasting, yeah.
It's forecasting, right? So in depression, very similar. Depression, very similar, is nobody likes me. These are all past feelings that they have. So nutritional supplements. There's a ton of nutritional supplements, a ton of nutritional herbs. Acupuncture is effective. Serotonin is another one. Supplement that's
it's made in the gut, by the way.
Right. You mentioned on the last NatCast, community involvement, giving back, having a purpose. And then therapy. There's tons of therapy online. You don't even have to leave your house anymore, which is, again, a problem. Right?
It could be a problem.
Right? I mean, get off social media, get off Instagram influencers, get out and meet real human beings that don't have a size 2 body. Like, talk to them, have real friendships, not just texting friendships, hearing voices. Go to church. Go have community groups. Go do the things that you need to do together, because that's so important to both anxiety and depression. And then lastly, get out in nature. Like, really, like you said, get that sunrise, get that vitamin D in you. Feel the air.
Yeah.
Fresh air, breathe it in.
You know, I'd be curious. You mentioned that, and I'd be curious if there's any increase in rates as you move north on the globe.
I would imagine. I haven't looked at that particular.
I think in Florida we're fortunate to get to play outside almost all year long.
You know, I even look at the quality of our food. Again, going back, we say this over and over: Whole Foods versus, Cheerios. Cheerio is not a whole food. I don't care what you say.
But they say it's heart healthy, Kevin.
It's heart healthy, right? Yeah. But, go out and try to find the foods that make you feel better. And I don't mean ice cream at 8 o'clock at night, because I'm depressed. That's a snowball that's going the other direction.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, nice work, man. This is a tough one to kind of, speak to and
I can't imagine. I honestly can't imagine what people feel. It's there could be nothing worse, I imagine,
than your own brain being your worst enemy.
Yep. Yeah. So you gotta again, elimination method, and this one would probably be the opposite of that, right? The additive method. When we do the elimination diet here, you're going to add things back. Like, I'm going to stay off social media, and I'm going to get outdoors for the next 2 days and see how I feel.
Well, we dropped our kid off at college the other day, right? First one to leave the house, and I wrote him a letter, and one of the things in that letter was complacency's a killer. Never be still. Always be working to improve. And I think maybe in the space, you mentioned the expectation of your mother's doctor that she didn't want to deal with it, and he was going to medicate her through it. And that's almost complacent to me in a way
Oh, it most certainly is. There are things in life that we are designed to go through.
Yep.
Birth, death, sickness. These are things that we cannot avoid.
Yeah.
Taxes.
Can I get some Xanax?
Right. Inflation, gas prices.
Right. All right, we're running long, man. Gosh, dog. All right, that's good.
Finish it.
I think you did good. Questions, comments, hate mail for Kevin. You can send it to snackcast@yes.fit.
Stay moving.
See ya.